Okay, next question is, how is TTC going? And I have gotten a lot of questions like this. Another one is, it's been 2 weeks, are you pregnant? Does your property back onto the party neighbors? If yes, please throw some epic parties. You seem very calm and pulled together. Do you get angry, upset, or overwhelmed? Oh my gosh, yes.
One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better yet.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some good questions, things that you've been wanting to know. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try and answer most of them for you guys. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm gonna pull up the questions. What strips do you use for TTC? TTC is trying to conceive, which we are trying to conceive and have baby number 3, as you guys know. The strips that I use, I got them on Amazon. I'm like blanking out on what they're called, but I will leave a link in the description down below. But I've used, I think it's called Baby at Home, I wanna say, but I've used these, like this brand of strips for pretty much like every time I'm trying to conceive. I feel like these are the strips that I use. They're pretty reliable, I feel like. And I assume that you mean ovulation strips, not pregnancy strips. She didn't really specify, but I'm assuming ovulation strips for TTC. I do have PCOS, so sometimes it is hard to kind of tell if I'm ovulating through these strips because you can get false negatives, you can get false positives, but you know, I take them anyway just because, like, why not? Maybe they work, maybe they don't, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I will leave a link in the description down below for the ones that I use. I also bought pregnancy strips with the same brand. So they're just like cheap Amazon pregnancy strips. And I use those. And then I also use the first response, like before your missed period, like fast result pregnancy tests. And I will link those down below too. But those are super good at detecting if you're pregnant like way before your period. It says 6 days sooner on the box. I feel like with Quentin, I used the first response and I found out, what was I, like 9 days past ovulation or something like that, and I saw a super faint line on the pregnancy test. So those are really good too if you're wanting to test early. Okay, next question is, how is TTC going? And I have gotten a lot of questions like this. Another one is, it's been 2 weeks, are you pregnant? So my last vlog that I posted was that I was starting my 2-week wait, that I took my ovulation strips, and that it seemed like I did ovulate. You can, you know, go back and watch that video. I show you guys literally the ovulation strips that I took and where it looks like I ovulated. And so I technically was putting myself in the 2-week wait just going by those ovulation strips. So I did take a pregnancy test. I took a bunch of pregnancy tests. And I actually am going to be uploading that video soon, so just stay tuned for that. I know you guys have been waiting for an update, and I'm sorry that I haven't updated you yet, but that I am working on that video, and I will get like me taking a pregnancy test video up for you guys very soon. So just subscribe and make sure to check back for that video. Let's see, the next question. What is your favorite thing about moving to Charlotte, North Carolina? So if you guys are new here, my family and I moved from Maryland to Charlotte, North Carolina a little over a year ago, and we absolutely love it. Honestly, the weather is amazing. It gets cold here, but it doesn't get as cold as it does in Maryland. The people are so much nicer here, honestly. They're way more friendlier, and they have that like Southern charm, which I love. And it's just more like, to me, it feels like it's more of a sense of like community, especially in this cute little town that we moved to, like in the suburbs of Charlotte. It's just like everyone like knows each other, and everyone like helps each other out, and it's just like a sense of community that I feel like we didn't have when we were in Bethesda. Bethesda is like a busy city, and it just didn't feel that way at all, especially like in the neighborhood we were in. I don't know. Y'all know that we live in like a really nice community. There's tons of kids running around here, which I love, but we are going to be moving right outside of our community, actually, onto some land when we build our house. And actually another question was how I feel about moving from this neighborhood, since I love this neighborhood so much, to like a street that really isn't like this, with like kids running around and all of that, and like living on 4 acres. 4 acres is honestly like not that big, but it is, for us, it's a good size lot, because we've been on like, what was our last house on in Maryland? It was like 0.3 or something of an acre. No, it was like 0.2. I don't know. It was like tiny. And even like the house that we're in right now has like barely any you know, land. It has like this tiny little cute backyard, but we're just really excited to have some land and like a big yard for the kids to run around on and play sports and have parties and things like that. So anyway, to answer that question, I don't mind that we're moving out of this neighborhood because first of all, we're moving on to a really cute, quiet little private street, which I love. I love the privacy that we have, but also our land is literally, like I'm looking at it right now, it's literally right behind this house. There's like a fence, and then beyond the fence is our land. So we are literally right outside of this amazing community. So all the friends that we've made here, the schools that the kids are going to, they will continue to have those friendships and go to those schools. And we're literally right next door, so we can still do all the things with this community. We may not be like a part of the community, but like we're gonna have so many friends here and stuff that we'll still be able to do all the fun things. We'll still come here for trick-or-treating. We're literally right next door. And so we kind of have the best of both worlds, in my opinion. What new car are you looking at with trying to conceive baby number 3? I've been thinking about this a little bit more. I get this question all the time. You guys are very into like what cars people drive, which has never really been a thing of mine. I really am not a big car person. I have a Hyundai Tucson right now, which is a small SUV. I love it. It's really given me no problems at all. And I like that it's smaller. I don't want to drive like a massive car because I won't be able to drive that. I will probably I won't be able to park it for sure. I can't drive like a big ass bus or any of those massive, you know, Escalades or whatever. I need a smaller car. But, you know, trying for the 3rd baby, we're definitely going to need a bigger car. There's no way we're going to be able to fit 3 car seats in the car that I have now. Cam is going to, he can go into a booster seat at this point. He's 5 and he's tall. So I'm going to be looking for something like that, like a smaller, more compact, booster seat, because he doesn't really need to take up a ton of room. But Quentin is still in a normal, convertible style car seat. You know, when we do have a 3rd baby, we're not going to be able to fit another one in there. So we're gonna have to find a new car. I have no idea. I love Hyundai. I feel like they're great cars. They have amazing warranties. And we've had those cars for a while. So we'll probably try and do the Palisade. I think that's what it's called. A lot of y'all actually sent me pictures of your Palisade when I mentioned this on Instagram and said it's an amazing car and you love it. So I think that's the biggest SUV that, I know they have the Santa Fe, which is bigger than the Tucson, but I don't think it's that much bigger. And I think the Palisade will be, is it Palisades or Palisade? I don't know. But I think that would be a really nice size and not crazy huge. So maybe we'll look at that. Also, I've heard of the Kia Telluride, something like that. I actually saw one when I was grocery shopping and the color was the coolest, prettiest color I've ever seen. It was oh my gosh, I took a picture of it, but I'm not gonna be able to find it right now in my 5 million photos. But it was a champagne kind of color almost, like a taupe. And it was matte. And it was and the windows were blacked out. It looked so freaking cool. I've never seen a car this color before. And I don't know if it was a custom color that this person had their car painted, or if it's one of the options for if you get this Kia Telluride car. If that's the case and I end up getting maybe that car, because I've heard that's super comparable to the Hyundai Palisades, then I definitely want that color because it was just the coolest, prettiest color I've ever seen on a car. But it'll probably be some car like that because they're still affordable, but they're really great quality cars. Does your property back onto the party neighbors? If yes, please throw some epic parties. So yeah, actually our property, our land, does back up to this whole block right here. Not the whole block actually, but a lot of the houses right here. And our neighbors, the ones that love to party, definitely. So we will be, I mean, you know me, we will be throwing some fun ass parties when we move to the custom build. I'm sure the neighbors will want to come. You seem very calm and pulled together. Do you get angry, upset, or overwhelmed? Oh my gosh, yes. I get all of those things all the time. I am really not. I mean, I try to be calm and laid back, but I mean, no one's always like that. Even if that's your personality, you're still gonna have your moments. And I definitely have my moments. I get very irritated easily, overwhelmed. Yeah, all those things all the time. I'm not gonna show that on social media. I mean, I actually do sometimes in vlogs and stuff, but I feel when I'm feeling that way, the last thing I wanna do is pick up my phone or camera and show myself acting like that or feeling that way, just because who wants to watch that? And if you I don't know, I just need to take a minute, calm down, pull myself together. I definitely don't try and record or film myself when I'm in a mood. which is probably why you guys don't really see me like that. A job you would do if you weren't an influencer. So before I became an influencer, or before I started YouTube, I actually was a production assistant. I've talked about this before, and it was a freaking cool ass job. I was like, I guess quote unquote, I was like one of their like bitches because I was a production assistant. So I literally did everything, like manual labor. I had to like set up props. I had to like go out and go grab the lunch. I had to get the coffees for people. I mean, I was like the assistant, but also like would work on the shows and like do like behind the scenes things. And then also like when the actor wouldn't show up for the set, like they would like have me fill in, which was super awkward. Oh my gosh. One time I had to do, it was like this show on TLC called like Sex Something or Other. Oh my God. I wish I remember. It was like My Weird Sex Life or like something about something strange. I don't even remember what the show was called. And I had to fill in with the male actor. Like I had to be the woman actor, like his wife. And I had to like get in the bed with him and like pretend that I like wasn't feeling it. I don't remember honestly, like, but it was awkward as hell. And it was like it was so weird. But like now that I think back, I'm like, oh, that was cool that I like got to do that and experience that. But it was strange. So honestly, like I liked that job a lot. It was like hard work, but it was fun being on set and seeing all the behind the scenes of making a show. So I would probably want to do something with that, like with TV, production, entertainment, something like that. How's the home building coming along? If you guys watched my stories recently, I actually went up on the land and I showed y'all what it looked like. It's really exciting because Alex has been taking all the dirt. We get a bunch of pool companies in the area drop off dirt when they're working on someone's backyard and they're building a pool. They'll take all the dirt that they dig up and they'll come over to the property and they'll drop it off in the land. So Alex has been using his little tractor thing. I need to figure out the name of that thing. I always forget it. But that little tractor scooper machine thing. And he'll like drive over, he'll scoop up some dirt and he'll like go out and he'll just like flatten it out. So the land looks amazing. I'll have to update you guys on YouTube. But it's like way flatter now. Before it was kind of like hilly. It's way flatter and it's just like so open and it's just looks so big and beautiful. It's really exciting. So once we get the land completely situated, which we're super close to, well, we are finishing up our floor plans. We're so close to being done with our floor plans. We've been working on this for months and months and months, but these past few weeks, I would say we're really like getting into like the nitty gritty details of like everything. So like the measurements of the rooms, where like the island's gonna be, where the refrigerator's gonna be, where the windows, like all the details Alex and I have been working on. Our neighbor's an architect and he's like super cool and super nice and came over and like helped us out with a bunch of things, looking over the floor plans. And so once we are completely finished, we're gonna have to get like another draft made of the floor plans and then find a builder. We've been talking to a few builders, so we have to like figure out what builder we wanna go with, and then hopefully we can figure out a timeline on when to start. So I don't know exactly when we're going to start, but I'm hoping it'll be soon once we have all these little details settled. Do your kids eat healthy foods? I feel like I constantly battle with mine on eating good. It's hard. Cam is so picky, you guys. I do give them lots of fruits and vegetables. My kids love fruits. So they eat banana, they eat berries, they eat apples and oranges and things like that. And for the vegetables, they're pretty picky. They eat avocado, they eat bell peppers, they eat string beans, sometimes broccoli, that's like a hit or miss, and carrots and cucumbers. So those are the vegetables they'll eat. So they have tons of that. They eat a lot of yogurt, and then they eat like frozen waffles a lot of the time for breakfast, or like toast with butter or like jam or something like that. Breakfast, I mean, that's not that healthy, but I try to get like the organic style waffles. They're just like super easy, especially now that Cam's in kindergarten. It's easy to just throw in one of the frozen waffles and then give him like a banana and some berries. So that's typically what breakfast is. On the weekends, I will make pancakes. I try and make them French toast as much as I can because Cam will not eat eggs unless it's like in French toast. Then he doesn't realize it. And Quentin loves eggs, so I'll make eggs for Quentin. Lunch usually will be like a peanut butter sandwich or peanut butter and jelly for Quentin. Cam does not like jelly. Or naan with hummus, which is typically what I give Cam for lunch for school, because he's in a nut-free class, so I can't send him a peanut butter sandwich to school. So I do like naan with hummus. And then like they do eat chips, like barbecue chips they love. They eat like the Annie's version of Chex Mix, pretzels, lots of, they love like bars. Like I try to get the healthier version of bars. Like there's one called something good. I can't think of the name that they like, but I'll go on Amazon and I'll type in like healthy organic bar. So I tried not to get the ones with like just tons of like crap in it and sugar and like filler, but like ones that are like more natural bars. They sell them at Target and stuff too, because I know that bars aren't that great for you, but as long as it's like organic and has more of like the healthy nutrients in it, I feel like it's better. So yeah, that's pretty much what they have for lunch, like an apple with like a sandwich and like some chips or pretzels or something like that. And then for dinner, like getting into like their entire menu. Sorry guys, you can skip over this if you're like not interested. But for dinner, that's pretty much where they don't eat the healthiest. They eat frozen nuggets, not gonna lie. I try and get the healthy frozen nuggets, the healthiest ones that I can find. They eat like frozen like turkey or chicken meatballs, and they eat this with ketchup, which I get the healthier version of the ketchup, like the Simply that doesn't have high fructose corn syrup or any of that artificial stuff in it. They love mac and cheese. I get the Annie's mac and cheese. I'm not that. My mom is really great at like home cooking and making things from scratch. I am not. And Alex doesn't like mac and cheese unless it's like the Annie's box mac and cheese. Like when my mom comes and she makes him like homemade mac and cheese, which is so much healthier, he won't eat it because it's not Annie's. So I make him like the Annie's whole wheat mac and cheese. I make them pasta a lot of the time with like butter and salt or pasta sauce. They love that. And then pizza, the naan pizzas, famous naan pizzas. So I'll just take some naan, I'll throw some pizza sauce on there and then sprinkle some pizza cheese or mozzarella or whatever. Throw it in the oven for like 10 minutes and it's really good. And they love my naan pizzas. And then, you know, I'll give them like a vegetable and that's pretty much it. Like a vegetable, maybe I'll give them some fruit too. It's somewhat healthy. It's not the healthiest, but again, like Cam's very picky. And Quentin will eat anything, but I just pretty much make him what I'm making Cam, just because like I don't want to make like freaking 5 different dinners, you know? And also I do give them, like the boys have candy, they have like gummies and stuff like that. Not all the time, not every day, but like here and there, yes, I do give them like the snacks that are not healthy. I don't want to deprive them of that stuff, but also I don't want to give it to them every day, all day either. So, and they do drink orange juice, but I will mix it with water. They drink milk, and then they just drink plain water. Pretty much the only 3 things that they drink. Would you rather be in your current age in the 90s or the age you were in the 90s? This is a very interesting question. I like this one. Y'all know that I'm obsessed with the 90s, everything about it. I miss it. The best decade ever. I would definitely rather be a kid in the 90s, like how I grew up. I'm glad I'm not growing up in today's day and age, because everything's about like technology and having a screen in front of your face and having a phone or an iPad or whatever. I feel like kids aren't really outside as much as they were when I was a kid. We literally lived outside. We'd play hide and seek in the neighborhood. We wouldn't come home till dinner was ready. I mean, it was like full on like fun, like what you're supposed to do when you're a kid. And I loved it. And I miss that so much. And I miss those days. And I feel like things weren't as complicated as they are now. People weren't as offended and crazy as they are now. And it was just, I had a great childhood and it was amazing. And I think my kids are having a great childhood as well, but I try to get them outside as much as I can to play, you know, I don't know, play with their friends or play sports or whatever and not be like in front. I do let my kids watch a lot of TV, honestly. I'm working on that though. I'm really trying to work on that and maybe just let them watch once a day for like 30 minutes, like watch a show at some point when I need time to just like relax. But yeah, I miss the 90s. I do. And it'd be cool to be an adult in the 90s, but I definitely would not want to give up being a kid in the 90s because it was everything. Can you do a workout routine video? Yes, I definitely can do a workout routine video, or at least like include that in like a vlog, an upcoming vlog. Does Alex ever get mad at you spending money? Yes, of course. Alex is like the budget man of all time and he's all about finance, and I try my best, but I mean, I'm a girl who likes to shop, and plus like I share a lot of things that I buy, and you know, it's kind of part of my job to like recommend things. So, and it's fun for me. I like to shop. So yeah, I mean, we'll look through like, you know, like statements and bank accounts and stuff, and he'll be like, what in the world? What is this? And I'm like, oh, like, why did you spend $450 at Target? And I'm like, groceries, and the kids needed stuff, you know? It's like, and also I did, but what he doesn't know won't hurt him. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. If you have a daughter, will her middle name start with a Z like the boys? Or will she have a Z in her first name like you? Okay, so Cam's middle name is Zane. Quentin's middle name is Zeke. And if we have another boy, we will probably keep the middle name starting with a Z for the next boy. If we have a girl, I do not think we'll do a Z middle name, and I don't think she'll have a Z in her first name, because I already have a name picked out for if I have a girl, and there's no Z. So, will you please do another baby names you love but won't be using? Yeah, I could definitely do that. I actually love making those videos, and I feel like I have a lot of like really cute names that I haven't shared. So yeah, I can definitely do that. If you guys ever have videos that you want me to make, please leave them in the comments, because that'll help me kind of plan out some videos for you guys, because sometimes I just get stuck and I have no idea what you guys want to see. What week did you have your boys? Okay, so with Cam, I was 40 days. No, I was days. I was 40 weeks and 3 days. He was due on April 14th and I had him on April 17th, and I went into labor with him naturally. I woke up with contractions at like 9 in the morning, and I had him that day. And then with Quentin, I was 39 weeks and 6 days. I was like 1 day before my due date when I went into labor with Quentin. And with Quentin, my water broke in the middle of the night, but I didn't realize it. Like, I just thought I was like leaking other stuff. TMI, I didn't think it was like my water breaking. And then the next day I remember telling my mom, and she was like, oh, that could have easily been your water. You need to get it checked out. If you saw those vlogs, and Alex was like, no, it's nothing. Like, you don't need to go in. You're making a big deal out of it, but it's nothing. Called the doctor. The doctor said better just to be safe and go in and see. Really didn't think it was my water that had broken, but I went in and they said, yep, your amniotic fluid, you know, you popped, your water broke, whatever, like you're having the baby. So yeah, that's how I went into labor, and with both of the boys, and that's how far along I was with each of them. Favorite places to shop for baby boy? Zara and H&M, by far the two best stores for kids clothes, girls and boys. And also I love Target. I love Gap Kids has really cute stuff. A lot of online boutiques have really cute things, but I always find that like sometimes it's just too expensive when you shop in like cute little online boutiques. I would say Zara, H&M, Gap, and Target for sure. Are you and your family anti-vaccine, and why? No, we're not anti-vaccine. Don't know why people think that, but no, we are not anti-vaccine. We have all of our vaccines, you know, that are required, if that's what you want to call it. But also we understand people like, or at least let me just speak for myself. I understand people who like aren't like anti-vaccine, but maybe if someone doesn't feel comfortable getting a certain vaccine for whatever reason, I totally support that. And I feel like you should be able to make your own personal health decisions, you know, based on your body and your health or your children's health. I mean, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing with vaccines. You're literally injecting yourself with like these drugs, and like, I don't know, this is so controversial, so I really don't even want to talk about it. But the fact that people, just because I will talk about the COVID vaccine, and my stance on that, like, I don't really even talk about it that much, but I will put things up on Instagram, and so people know how I feel about that vaccine, if you want to call it that. That doesn't mean that I'm anti-vaccine. Like, that's just like the dumbest thing I've heard, honestly. People who don't want to get the COVID jab, people automatically think, oh, you're anti-vaccine. No, that's not what that means. It means maybe you just want some more information. Maybe you just want to wait. Maybe you're not ready to inject yourself with something that is experimental, in my opinion, or that you don't know what the long-term effects are. That's completely fine. You should be able to make your own decisions. That's what medical freedom is. I don't understand what's going on in today's world, honestly, with people thinking that they can make medical decisions for other people. So there you go. That's where I stand on that. But yeah, we are not anti-vax. We're not an anti-vax family, or whatever you want to label it. Did you have a good labor delivery experience? First time mom. I did have good labor and delivery experiences. I would say my labor and delivery with Quentin, my second son, was harder than with Cam. Although with Cam, my epidural wore off by the time I pushed him out. So I felt everything. And I got a, what is that thing where they have to like snip you and then sew you back up? Ugh. Oh my God, I cannot think of what it's called. But they don't really do it that much anymore, is what I've heard. Like, they'd rather you tear, episiotomy. I had to get an episiotomy with Cam, which was no fun. Like, and them stitching me back up. I felt all of it, and it was very painful. And then healing took a lot longer because of that, in my opinion. So that's what sucked about the labor and delivery with Camden, is that my epidural wore off by the time I pushed him out, and I had to get an episiotomy, and I could feel everything. But I would still say that labor was easier than with Quentin's. And I don't know why, because Quentin's, I had the epidural, but it was like, it felt like the pressure and the pushing was a lot harder with Quentin. Like he wouldn't come out. Like it was like he felt like he was almost stuck like midway. And it was so painful. Oh my gosh, I remember just crying because of the pain. I just felt like I couldn't get him out, but he was halfway there. And it wasn't fun. But you know, when all is said and done and that's over with, you're just like in pure bliss. And you're on like the biggest, highest high you've ever felt. So I would do it a million times over again. It's worth the little bit of pain that you go through. But I didn't have to get an episiotomy with Quentin. I did tear a little bit, but I feel like it's, now they say that they'd rather have you tear because naturally your body just heals faster than if you have to be snipped and sewed back up. So, did you have hair loss when you first started keto? So I started doing keto last February or March. Probably March. And I never really got into like the strict keto. It was more of like a low carb lifestyle change for me. I haven't noticed any hair loss because you guys, I lose hair like no one's business. You will find balls and balls of hair around the house, but it's been like that literally for forever. I mean, ever since I was like, I feel like in high school. My hair just sheds like crazy, but it also grows back really fast. So I've never really noticed any kind of thinning, maybe in like the way back of my head, like right around here. But like other than that, I haven't really noticed hair loss other than finding massive hairballs on the floor of my house. Which is the scariest? Which zombie ghost or alien ghost for me? Definitely. What's your favorite Halloween candy and movie? Halloween movie? Oh my gosh. I have so many, but I love the 90s Halloween movies like Scream. Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and even the sequels of those movies. Jeepers Creepers and Wrong Turn is such a good one. So I would say those. And then my favorite Halloween candy, I don't really have a favorite. I'm not a big candy person, you guys. I'm not a big sweets person in general, but I do love chocolate. So I would have to say anything chocolate with nuts in it is like my go-to. I also love sour candy. So like anything sour and chocolate are my two favorite. If you could change your name, would you? No. But if you had asked me this when I was younger, I probably would have said yes. I wasn't crazy about my name because it was so uncommon. And that's honestly why I love it now. So when you're little, you know, you want to fit in and you want to like be like other people and you want to be like everyone else. And so I felt like my name was just, no one ever heard of it. You know, there's Liza Minnelli, but like, yeah, the older adults knew of the name Liza, but the kids my age didn't really. Plus people mispronounce my name all the time to this day. Like if they're reading it, they say Liza, Liz, or Lisa, which it like whatever. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I've heard that my whole life. But I always was like, oh, I wish that like I just had a name that people could pronounce easily and that people had heard of. Now I freaking love my name. I could not imagine me with any other name. I love the name Liza. I think it's so pretty. I love that it's unique. I love that it has a Z in it because it's fun. Love my name, wouldn't change it. When I was, when my mom was pregnant, I was actually supposed to be named Ashley. But when I was born, my mom saw me and said that no, I looked like Eliza. So she changed it right when she saw me. So many of you guys want tips for keto. Like it's crazy. I think I'm gonna make a whole nother updated keto video for you guys. I'll include, you know, my snacks that I eat, meals that I eat. Maybe that's when I'll include like my workouts and stuff like that. But let me know down below, leave a comment if that's something you'd want to see, like a video just all about keto and like snack and meal ideas. Again, it's not going to be keto. It's going to be like low carb, but similar to keto. I eat a lot of like keto foods. Okay, will you be dressing up for this year's Halloween with the kids? So yes, I originally was, well, Quentin had picked out a Stitch costume at Target. It was so cute on him, but it was a little small. And so I just returned it and I got Quentin a skeleton costume that looks so adorable on him. So Camden had picked out a really fun, scary skeleton costume from Target. So I got him that, and then that's why I decided to get Quentin a skeleton costume as well, but they're a little bit different. And then I bought myself a skeleton like sweatshirt and sweatpants set from Target. It's neon green. It's really cute, so I'm just gonna wear that. And then I got Alex a t-shirt from Amazon, like a skeleton, you know, t-shirt, shows like the rib cage and all of that. And then I just got him a cute little like black beanie with a skull on it. So that's what we're gonna do as a family. I have to be very like minimal when it comes to getting a costume for Alex or he won't wear it. Like if I had like gotten him a full out like skeleton costume or like a jumpsuit with like a mask, he would not wear it. But the t-shirt thing is kind of what I'm doing lately with him. So last year we did like superheroes and I got Alex like a Batman t-shirt and he wore it. And so this year I got him a skeleton t-shirt, which he's gonna wear. So that's what we're gonna do. I think it'll be really cute. My in-laws are coming. They'll be here on Friday for the weekend. You guys will probably see this. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but it might be like after Halloween, but I will just probably post our Halloween activities on my Instagram stories. We are gonna be going to like a family farm, like a pumpkin farm, and doing all like those fun activities, picking pumpkins and carving them with the kids. That's a tradition that I'm gonna start this year with them, because I feel like Quentin's old enough now to like enjoy pumpkin carving. Cam loves doing it, so that's something we'll hopefully be doing every Halloween weekend. And then obviously trick-or-treating in this neighborhood is like amazing, because like it's like a full out party, which I've talked about before. It is so fun. So I'm really, really looking forward to Halloween. But yeah, my in-laws will be here for the weekend and I'm so excited. Yeah, so I think that's it for Halloween. I actually am going to wrap this up. Oh my God, some of these questions, you guys. I said on Instagram, ask me some good ones, and this one girl is asking some really good ones, but there's just questions that I can't answer. They're just like, they're like too personal, but they're funny. So anyway, I actually have to go ahead and end the video now and go pick up Camden, but I think I answered a lot of your guys' questions. So I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I promise to post the pregnancy test video as soon as possible. I'm working on it right now for you guys, so that'll be up very soon. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.